good to me, yes. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa alihi tahirin. It's an honor and pleasure to be able to share the next few days with you, dear brothers and sisters. They've asked me to speak for 20 minutes, and inshallah I won't take too much of your time. And the title they have assigned, and which I'll be speaking about today and on Wednesday, is our duty in relation to the current events in the occupied lands of Palestine. In this short speech, I want to just try to answer one question. And that is, when Islam says, what is your duty? And when the question of duty arises, what is the philosophy behind this question? And why is it important? So I want to try to answer what the philosophy of having a duty entails and why it's very important for everyone, moment to moment in their lives. I'll start with one hadith, and then we'll start the discussion, inshallah. Someone asked Imam Sadiq, alayhi salam, that why do people in hell, why are there some who are in hell forever? And why are there some people in heaven forever? Because in this world, it's only 100 years that we're living. Why do they deserve to be in hell, some people, forever? And some people in heaven forever? The Imam answered in a very delicate manner. And the answer in paraphrase is as follows: that you have a soul, and it all depends on the status quo of your soul. Your soul may have reached a certain threshold that if you were to live forever on earth, because of the evil, vicious threshold you had acquired for yourself, if you were to live forever on earth, you would continuously sin. You would continue sinning. But if your threshold of your soul was such of a high degree whereby if you were to live on earth forever, you would always obey Allah, you would be in heaven forever. So the answer was, depends on your soul. Depends on what the level of your soul is. Right now, some people, their souls may be of such a level that if they were to live forever on earth, they would not sin. They would always obey Allah. There are some, though, that even if they were to live forever on earth, they would continue to disobey Allah. And there are some in between, like most of us. And then the Imam ended that it all depends on your intentions. It all depends on your intentions. Now that statement at the end that the Imam gives, have that in mind. I'll come to it later. A second point I want to mention is that whatever is physical, or whatever is material, the things around you that you see, whatever is physical or material, They are always in a state of change, from actuality to potentiality to actuality. It's never constant. It's always changing. An apple seed keeps on moving, evolving, eventually becomes an apple, then it decomposes. And then that decomposition, that becomes something else. It continues. In the material realm, there's always potentiality, actuality, potentiality, actuality. Everything is moving. And by definition, when we say material, by definition we mean things which are potential. And they're moving from a state of potentiality to actuality to potentiality, and so on and so forth. By definition, that's what we mean by something which is material. But things which are immaterial, non-physical, like our thoughts, our aqa'id, our intentions, our perceptions, immaterial things, when they are established, they are constant. They will never decompose. They're not limited by the limitations of matter, by time and space. Immaterial things, once established, they are forever. They don't change. Every piece of knowledge, every piece of aqa'id, every perception, because sense perceptions are immaterial too. Whatever you see, whatever you hear, they are established. They will never leave you. They are you. Look, these are immaterial. They will never leave you. They will remain forever. And that's why hereafter is forever. Because the immaterial realm is forever, and your immaterial perceptions, knowledge, thoughts, aqa'id, intentions are forever. Now the question is, humans, what is the essence of me? Is it a physical thing which constitutes the essence of me, or is it an immaterial reality which constitutes the essence of me? Well, this, by now you should have established that that which constitutes the essence of me can't be physical, because me, I am going to live forever in the hereafter and thereafter. Something which is material comes and goes, decomposes. So the essence of what I am and what you are is immaterial. It's a very delicate point. If you digest this point, many things can be digested in our aqa'id. And it's a rational point. Our dreams are immaterial. There's nothing material in your dreams. Your thoughts are immaterial. Your aqa'id are immaterial. Your intentions are immaterial. Moment to moment, you are building your immaterial reality. Moment to moment. Not only what you see, what you hear and everything, what you think, what you believe in, and most important of all, what you intend. What are your intentions? This is something crucial. We shouldn't take this lightly. With every encounter we have with our surroundings and events and incidents, what is our outlook in relation to that incident or event? What are our intentions in relation to it? So actions are physical. The prayer that a scholar does and a child does, the prayer looks the same. It's a set of physical actions. The prayer that Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salam does, and Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, and the prayer that many of the munafiqeen would do, The prayer, the actions are the same. And actions are physical. But the intentions are important. And that is what gives value to ibadat and non-ibadat. If you do salat, but the intention is compromised, that salat is compromised. Now the intention has degrees to it. There are degrees to intentions. Which one is more sincere before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? If you go to Hajj, but the intentions are compromised, the Hajj is of no value. If you give charity, but the intentions are compromised, the charity is of no value, or rather of limited value. Look, the intentions are important. Knowledge and our actions stem from our intentions. Otherwise, God forbid, a kafir can come here and do salat. The actions are the same. They can go to Hajj. The actions are the same. The intentions are important. I'll open that more, inshallah. But the issue is this, that with what's happening in Gaza and in the occupied lands, we have genocide, we have apartheid, we have settler colonies and settler colonization, which is a violent phenomenon. We have racism, we have Zionism, which entails all these ills. All these are forms of oppression. And we're seeing this, especially with this recent 1 or 2 months, with social media. Our access to the atrocities which have been happening hasn't been like it was 10 years ago or 20 years ago. Otherwise, the same things that are happening now were happening before. But social media like the tweet and X and other social media, they have made things accessible which didn't used to be as accessible to us before. Now we're encountering all this. What are our intentions when we see such things? It's a very delicate point, this. Because you are your intentions. Your intentions build the fabric of what you are, the immaterial reality. Your intentions build it and constitute it. Now, you encounter what's happening in Gaza. What are you intending? Some people may say, well, we say it is very bad. It's a very bad thing. We don't like it. Or it's not as easy as that. Unfortunately, that kind of an answer won't do in this world and the hereafter. It's a bit more delicate than that. One can fool oneself, but you can't fool the system of the universe and the system of cause and effect, the divine system of cause and effect. The question is, what are you intending when you see all these things? If you say, well, I'm saying it is a bad thing, I'm against it, a kafir can say that too. This is the delicate point. A kafir can say what's happening in Gaza is bad. I'm against it. And humanity and humanitarianism. Islam is much more than that. A kafir can be a human and a humanitarian. But a kafir can't be a Muslim, a monotheist. Why? Why can't the essence of a kafir, the fabric of what he or she is, be the same with the fabric of what a Muslim is? We said the nature of what humans are is an immaterial nature. And that which builds that immaterial reality of what you are your intentions. Now we're seeing all these atrocities. What are your intentions? Here, the answer has to come from within you. Not from your brain or your ego, just saying it's bad. Okay, what do you mean? It has to come from within you, this intention. It's not just a verbal regurgitation. What is it that has to be within you for one to intend properly and not just intend an ego-like intention? And so here we believe that in proportion to how much Tawheed, how much Allah has been incorporated within you, in proportion to that, you can intend properly. Otherwise, protesting, demonstrating, and doing many other actions, if this incorporation of Tawheed, take it away from me, I'll get upset. Look at the difference between the two mentalities here, the difference between the mental constructs between the two. It's different. And this is where there's a difference between the fabric of the kafir and the non-kafir. The believer, with that kind of mechanism, they're elevating, they're building, strengthening their souls. But the kafir, no. Everything the kafir does when he gives charity, he's doing it for dunya. At the end of the day, it's not for Allah. They don't believe in Allah. And the charity they give, it's okay, it's limited, but it's okay. We don't want to disrespect them. But the soul isn't elevating. It's not for Allah. It's for the dunya. Muslims don't act like that. We only do it for Allah's sake. And so, when we want to intend and do things and answer questions such as, are we satisfied with what's happening in Gaza? The brain says, no, we're not satisfied. But that's not enough. What the soul says. And the soul, depending on the status quo, is saying, yes, you are satisfied. You're doing nothing. And that's going to cause problems. You're contaminating yourself moment to moment. Okay, my 20 minutes are over. Wednesday will continue from this session, inshallah. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammad wa alihi tahirin.